I took the time to get this animation blocked out. You see, this is what's going to happen. Bonk. And I notice there's a couple things, like I have a little too much hesitation here. And so if I ever want to change a keyframe, I have to make sure I'm selected on the object to see the keyframe. And then if I notice, okay, here, maybe it really just didn't hop far enough. I want this to go a little further over. I can go ahead and physically hold Shift to highlight it, and after that I can drag it. And that's how I can move individual keyframes. If I wanted to move a whole sequence, I can drag select over a couple. So let's say maybe I wanted to make this quicker, or maybe I want to make it smaller, and I can drag here to adjust the pacing and the scale that happens. And I can drag in the middle to select the whole object. So these end arrows, we'll just compress them or elongate them. And then the middle arrows move it. The best way to edit animation, though, is to edit the curves directly. To do that, I can go to Window, Animation Editor, and Graph Editor. What this does is it shows a graph of every type of animation I have. I can click on Visibility to see it's visible the entire time. I can go to Translate X, Translate Y, Translate Z, that tells me the position in the XYZ. I can also go to my Scale X, Scale Y, and Scale Z. So if I determine that it should scale a little less each time, I could click on the keyframe and physically drag it up. Maybe I say the force of this is becoming less and less each time. I can also adjust how that curve looks by moving the tangents. Now, this is an okay way to edit this, so that if I want that to be a little quicker, I can do that as well. Now, the best way, though, for me to adjust this and give this animation a little more life is to go to my Translate Y. Now, I can click and I can move the points, but yours may look like this. It might look like curves, non-weighted tangents. And so if you try to adjust this line at all, it won't let you. I can adjust the curve, but I cannot adjust the size of the tangents. To fix that, you can just drag over the tangents, or I guess, yeah, the curve that you want to edit, and go to Curve, Weighted Tangents. What this will do is give you the options. So now, if I decided I wanted this to look a little sharper, I can go ahead and adjust these so that I can make this animation happen much quicker. And maybe if I decide that I want the slope to happen a little less, I can drag that. And if I decide that's too much, I can always edit it. So what you'll see is here. If I click in this line, you'll see it falls much sharper now, right? And if that's hard to see, I can go ahead and show you. Let's go ahead and really exaggerate this. And notice it's not letting me move this one anymore because this one has shrunken. So what I can do is right click and I can break tangents. What that does is it lets me move each one individually. So now you'll notice this stays sideways for a lot longer and then just falls at the very last minute. And as I said, that is a little too much of an exaggeration. I'll go ahead and scale that back. But what you can do, is selecting all of them accidentally. Go ahead and click on just that one tangent you want. Now, can you go ahead and, let's say, edit these two at the same time? Yes, as you just saw. I can also adjust this to be kind of a little pointier. Now I do have a couple errors here, like I normally wouldn't want this bounce to last less time than the next one. So I want to go ahead and move that so it becomes at least as long, if not, honestly, a little shorter. And then to make that look a little more realistic, I'd probably drag that out. And I had this decrease a fair amount, so I might move this one up a little bit so that you can see that each time it's bouncing up a little less, and maybe my smush that happens at the end happens just a little less high up. And now if I go through and I watch this animation again, you should see that the movement's a lot more convincing. He does this little double hop though. He doesn't like to, maybe he's trying to delay it. So that's how you can edit this bouncing ball animation. Once you're done, we'll show you how to render it.